Hello Bill, we've got the transmission out of your Expedition. This is what it looks like when it's all apart. I'll go over some things with you, and Eric or Amanda will contact you with the cost estimates. So we'll start with the pan. If we look at the magnet inside the pan, you can see that there's quite a bit of metal on top of there. That's of course not normal, so that metal, we're going to have to address that. The pump itself looks okay. That's your pump, and here's your gears that are going to go in that. But that looks okay. You've got to clean it and measure it still, but it looks to be fine. Your planetary assembly, same thing, it looks fine. We don't see anything wrong there. Our intermediate clutch comes on for a second gear. Very slight discoloration here, but no real slip. As you can see on the steel plate, we have a nice uniform color there. There's little bits of rubber like this that are throughout the transmission, and that rubber is going to come from the forward clutch. So on the forward clutch, there's rubber seals along here, and then there's one inside there. That's that aluminum piston I was talking about. And so in this situation, what's happened is the end of the drum has not popped off, but the clutches are in such bad shape that this piston has come out of the bore, and then the rubber seals behind there have been cut. So this spring, he's going to want to push this piston back into place, but I can already tell with the rubber that we've seen inside the unit that this seal is going to be no good, and that's going to be why the forward clutch didn't come on anymore. So that's our forward clutch there, and you can see there's no lining left on the friction surface. Those clutches should really look like that. They're a little different diameter, but they should look exactly like that. So pretty clear to see that the forward clutch was what's failed here. So as far as the rest of the transmission, the direct clutch, this is going to come on for third and fourth. It looks okay. Same thing you can see on the steel plate. We've got a uniform color there. Our direct drum looks okay. The Torrington bearings look okay. Our overdrive band is burnt. You can see the blackening on that band. If we look at the bore inside here, so this is your overdrive piston, which is what's going to apply that band. And this is a pin for it that we use to test fit the bore. So in this bore, we should have a nice tight fit. Otherwise, we can have oil that's on this side leaking through the bore. So basically, you can see I can move this pin back and forth, which tells us that we do have a board that's loose. It really should fit like this. I'm trying to wiggle it, and you can see I can't move it at all. So that's what it should fit like. So now we know we have a problem with the fit here because of the actual looseness of the pin. The other thing that we've got going on in the valve body here, they have these stiffener plates that will bolt on here. What they've done is they've left this one off. After about 2001 they did that, and the problem is, if you can see here, you can see how oil they want separated between this wall and that wall. But what can happen here is there's nothing to hold this plate down, so this plate actually bends and can allow oil pressure to leak from here over to this side of the wall, and that can create failures just like this forward clutch failure. So the fix for that is we actually drill this hole here and this hole that used to be there, and then we put a steel plate over top of that and actually bolt it down there, and that holds all this together. There's also another upgrade on our recondition that we would do, and this snap ring on this drum will sometimes pop off and can create quite a mess. So on a recondition, what we do is we put a snap ring that's a spiral, and it wraps around itself about 1.5 times, and then there's a retainer that goes over it that we actually use to hold that spiral in its place as well. So that totally fixes that particular problem as well. The low reverse band has a little bit of wear on that lug. This is the part that actually engages first, so it's normal to see wear on that, but it's not that this has been slipping, and it's not that it's totally failed, but on a recondition we definitely replaced that as well. On the recondition, we replaced the torque converter, as I said before. There's no indication of the torque converter having a problem at this point, but that's something we do on a recondition as well. And back to the valve body. This is our pressure regulator bore here. Reconditioning, we're going to put a new sleeve here. We haven't checked the sleeve here yet, but we'll put a new sleeve there and then a new design valve for that location as well, to help stem the wear issues that we see. But on the valve body, we still have to clean this up and actually do the vacuum checks I was talking about, but that's what it looks like right now. So, as I said, Eric or Amanda will contact you with the cost estimates, but now you know what the inside looks like. Thanks.